Hey everybody, I'm Greg, the lead game designer at Zoogaloo.
And I'm Kat, the lead narrative designer at Zoogaloo. Thrive Heavy Lies the Crown is a medieval fantasy city builder featuring real time combat and weighted decision making. As a ruler in a strange new land, every choice and action you make leads you towards a path of benevolence or tyranny. Thrive is a game that can be played solo, cooperatively, or competitively.
So yeah, today we're back with a new devlog showing you some new updates on features such as happiness and disease, how we've implemented that now.
Let's take a look at how disease works in Thrive. Illness can spread quickly throughout your kingdom, so it's advisable to keep a watchful eye on the health of your citizens. Should illness strike one home, it can move between others, as working residents have a chance to pass it on. Whatever the ailment, fermenters and infirmaries should be located nearby to manage those bouts of sickness. Greg's actually going to take us through how to manage illness in your community.
For sure. So as you can see, there's two houses here that have a little green symbol above them. That's representing the first disease we have in the game. We will end up having multiple diseases. Currently there are two that are behind the scenes kind of implemented already. One kind of comes earlier in the game. Another comes later in Benevolent or Tyrannical. This is the infirmary. Initially, we were just calling it hospital, but eventually in the game will be called the infirmary. And you can see two different slots here for the cures. With a little button underneath to enable or disable, that would actually give you a buff to prevent, like you get a bit of a disease prevention chance. So by clicking that on, you will actually burn a little bit of the disease every day, and that will help give you like a 20% chance or less chance of getting a disease started in that area. You can see the area around the infirmary right now in the red. And like Kat was saying, once a house gets disease, it can spread to nearby houses, or even like some people walking around can spread the disease as well. And the caravan itself also can carry disease if you're doing trades with other towns. Going back to the UI in the infirmary, you can see it tells you how many people are sick with the flu, how many people are in the area are kind of assigned to the hospital or infirmary. And then if you click on the house, you can see here Lucius Botanus is sick. You can see right here in the UI, they got the flu, and their production has been minus and their happiness is down. So you can see here that there's also in the happiness area, which we'll go over later, that they're a little bit unhappy because of the having the flu. And you can go to the infirmary, expand the treating area, and you can see Lucius is getting treatment. And it'll take about 48 hours using the cure to make sure they're healthy. To make the cure, you will first need to, at least this first cure, the second cure will be a little bit more advanced as it comes in Benevolent Tyrannical times. The first cure, you need to first make a farm, a herb farm. The farmers are making it here. It then gets delivered to the stockpile. As you can see, there's some herb already there. Then the herb gets transferred from a stockpile to a fermenter. The fermenter makes the cure. The cure gets delivered back to a stockpile, and then the stockpile will deliver it to the infirmary. So that's how we get start to finish the herbs to the cure. Two different cures for two different diseases. Like I said, the second disease will come later in the game, and you'll need a little bit more advanced buildings to make that second cure.
And now we're going to discuss how happiness works in Thrive. The happiness of one's citizens can greatly affect your kingdom's ability to succeed. A variety of elements can impact the moods of your people, many of which Greg will share with us now.
Right, so previously in the earlier builds, happiness was just totaled by the needs and the luxuries area here. So depending on how many they had, if they had them all, they were basically just 100% happiness. We've now expanded that to another column here, which is under events, but they represent both your territory effects and like if you do select something in an event that will change your happiness, they will show up here as well. So we've added a bunch of new features in that sense. different houses, obviously, different happiness things affecting it. So this house is unhappiness because they are next to a house that is diseased. So you get the disease unhappiness. Right now it's showing a benefit for taxes because my tax rate is low. The territory is dirty. That represents pollution in the province itself. So each province will have its own pollution rate, and that's determined by how many industrial or production buildings you have created. So up here I have like a large area with a lot of production buildings. I have like an outfitter, a tannery, a mill, lumber yard, all these kind of buildings, blacksmith, smelter. They cause a lot of pollution and your people get unhappy because of that. Some other items are crystals in your territory. So the Waldron crystals are something that can spawn, and there's a lot to do with those. You will need to collect them and house them in a secure location because they have a chance to explode. Maybe we can show that in a future video. But yeah, I do have 6 crystals here, so I'm getting a -6 in happiness right now, depending on how many crystals. Some other things that we're going to be adding into this area are going to be if your troops die in battle, or if you disband them. Yeah, they do remember where they come from per province, so your province will get unhappy if any troop from that province dies. We're going to be adding decorative items. So the decorative items will increase happiness. The more you build, kind of the happier people will be, and specific decorative items for specific classes. And as you can see, different classes have, different needs and luxuries. I think we've showed that previously, but each class will have their own sets of needs and wants and things that will affect them. My tax rate is low, so I'm getting a benefit to that. That's nice. And if you have destroyed buildings in the area, that will also affect, like if you have your pristine town with not a lot of buildings like that are rubble, and then, having no rubble in any buildings will give you a benefit. So I think that's all the benefits and minuses to happiness. I believe if I select a person too, you can see and get one of these guys. Yeah, it tells you their individual happiness as well. So you can either click on a person themselves or go to a house and see the total happiness up here of the house kind of average, or you can see the person's. Yeah, so stay tuned to see how that works in our future build.
Thanks for joining us for this update. You can continue to follow Thrive's journey on our official Discord, which is the Thrive HLTC channel, and wishlist Thrive Heavily Eyes the Crown on Steam. Our closed beta is coming soon, so be sure to connect with our Discord for a chance to participate. We'll see you in the next vlog.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.